排隊攞啊！
啊，
排隊攞哦。
我直接先講發成咗。
Well, know exactly where you're going.
Get there early.
Travel at your own risk, you know?
Just have fun, because it's kind of a whole cultural experience that...
I guess be patient, have cash, be willing to, sit next to strangers.
Bring a pillow and bring some headphones.
Wear comfortable clothes.
Don't let anyone push you around.
Don't piss off the little Chinese lady behind the glass. She gets loud.
Don't take any crap from anybody when you're riding the bus.
Don't sit next to a Chinese person.
Just don't take my seat.
I guess just keep your fingers crossed, you know?
Welcome to the Chinatown bus.
Why did people start the bus business?
I think that in the beginning, there is a list for Chinese restaurant worker. So all Chinese worker, they don't know English, and then they are difficult to use in public transportation, such as airline, and then it means the American Greyhound. So it's people, they are still want to working in outside New York City. So they requirement for the Chinese bus.
How would you describe the passengers? Where do most of them come from, or?
Okay, when we first started, we only got a few passengers some Chinese and probably a little bit of American. But right now, time goes on, we have different kinds of people like Spanish, black, white. We have Polish people. They come here on summertime for school.
And how do people learn about the buses?
Sometimes they know from each other. Friend tells them one by one.
I learned through word of mouth.
One of my friends told me, and then I've been riding it ever since.
A friend told me about it.
Greyhound was too expensive, so my mother and them told me, link me up to the Chinatown buses and stuff like that. You know, it was way cheaper than before, so they brought me over to the Chinatown buses. That's how we got here.
Actually, when I was up in New Jersey, I had some friend that was in Richmond, and I caught the Greyhound one time, and I spent like $100-something on the Greyhound. Then they put me up on a Chinese connection. That was the name of it at first, the Chinese connection. And then I found out after that, it's been Chinese connection ever since.
It's famous, from Chinatown to Chinatown across the Northeast. Everybody talks about it.
The best thing is it saves you time, it saves you money, because it's only $60 from here to New York and New York to here. So compared with the American bus line, it saves you time, saves you money.
People, they first taking our bus, think about, compared to the other service, they are think about our bus service more economic and more fast.
Why do you ride the Chinatown buses?
It's cheaper.
It's inexpensive. And they get a good laugh.
It's convenient, easy, cheap.
Well, I went to the Greyhound, and I saw this price $15 coming to New York, I jumped in the bus.
I'm comfortable in there. I don't have no problem.
It's worth it. For 7 hours, just one stop, it's worth it.
I mean, I can't really think of a better way a cheaper way to go. It's the best best bang for your buck, I think.
I want the person that get dropped off where I want to go to, like how them Chinese people get dropped off where they want to get dropped off at. I get dropped off where I want to get dropped off at.
Yeah. One of my friends did that.
Yeah.
They dropped her off like literally on the side of the road.
Yeah, that's where I get dropped off, literally on the side of the road. I get dropped off at a gas station in New Jersey. You know, right there before Holland Tunnel, I get dropped off at.
This is quick, especially if you're, you take a lot of business trips. You do this overnight. It's better than taking a plane coach. You know what I mean? Sometimes they play bootleg movies for you. I don't know, I fell asleep on the Jackie Chan movie.
You ever watch any bootleg movies?
I have, and I've purchased quite a few as well. It's pretty funny. It's cheaper than going to the movie theater.
What movies have you watched on the bus?
I'm not gonna be sleep. Sleep going and sleep coming back.
Have you been happy with riding on the bus?
Generally, in the sense that it gets me where I need to go, but not so much in the sense that you never know when you're gonna go where you need to go.
I have my ticket, I'm all ready to go. So the only thing left is for the bus to come.
Well, the bus is not here yet, so I guess I'll see when I get on the bus.
I just hope it shows up. It was a $10 ticket, so I can't be too upset either way.
It was a little unsettling that, just people selling tickets on the street. But I figure if the bus is gonna get me there, it'll get me there, so.
I showed up at 5 after 4, and she said, take the 4:30. I just missed the 4 o'clock, so we were standing on Forsyth underneath the Manhattan Bridge, and then we walked over here around 4:30, and we've been here since, so I guess it happens.
So do you know when your bus is coming now?
No.
Would you recommend them to others?
If the bus shows up, yeah. If I get to Philadelphia, sure. If I'm not in Chinatown for the entire night, that would be awesome.
I don't think everybody should speak perfect English, but it helps.
The only thing is there's some communication problem because a lot of them don't really speak good English. The lady had told me I was going to Newport News, and I went there yesterday. She told me the bus left at 5 o'clock. I got there at 4:30. She said the bus left at 4 o'clock.
There was one time I was actually leaving from New York, going back to Virginia, and there was a lady on the bus who purchased a ticket, and she had somebody with her that was standby, because if nobody shows up and they purchase a ticket, then you can get on standby. But she couldn't get her friend on, and apparently the lady didn't really speak good English, so there was a little altercation. She was just like, this is BS, like this is bullshit. We're not gonna, we've been waiting all this time. And, it was funny because you see the different cultural clash, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, she doesn't speak English, she's probably from Brooklyn, and it wasn't a good mix.
We stopped in the middle of Delaware to pick up other passengers. I didn't even know that they had a stop in Delaware, but hey, whatever. And they got into an argument. It almost got physical, but they took the guy off the bus, and I don't know where he went. And I hope he wasn't stranded in the middle of Delaware, but hey, that's not my problem. I had a seat.
Sometimes they assign the same seat to people, and there's fights on the bus.
Yes, I've seen them.
Fights. The lady inside, she's like a strong little girl because she will argue with whoever you are.
Yeah, I've seen them kick people off.
Yeah, they'll kick people off if they didn't get a seat assigned, they'll have to go down, and some people won't want to get off, and they'll just stay in the seat. Or if they didn't get a seat assigned to their child, it'll be fights. There'll be fights.
Actually, the first time I did it, I printed my ticket offline, and then when I sat down on the bus, they didn't acknowledge that it was a purchase ticket, and she kept telling me, no, you gotta buy, you gotta pay cash. I said, no, I paid for this, credit card, yada, yada, yada. Meanwhile, she got the other guy who had the same kind of ticket. She got him to pay the $10, and I was like, no, not happening. And then he was all pissed because he wanted his money back and she wouldn't give it to him, so I was just like, this is New York, you're gonna get screwed over if you don't stick to your guns.
Describe a typical ride.
I don't think there is a typical ride. I think it's hard because sometimes the crowd will be really noisy and rowdy. Like, I remember a few weeks ago I got on a bus with like a dance school, a bunch of like 14 and 15-year-olds. It was really, really loud and noisy. And then, I don't know, other times you get, older, quiet people, and so it's like Russian roulette, kind of.
The seating and everything, like, you try to get a good seat and everything. Like, you don't be squished up with somebody next to you, like that, for like 6-7 hours and everything. So, if you see an empty spot, whatever, like that, you go seat hunting.
That's true.
You go seat hunting, like, you look in the back, like, yo, anybody else coming on the bus? All right, let me go check around.
I took the bus about 2 weeks ago to go back home. I was sitting next to this Chinese lady. She was sleeping on me. She was drooling. I was trying to push her off of me. She went to the bathroom like 50 times, came back with toilet paper everywhere. It smelled like smoke sometimes because the bus driver sit on there and smoke his cigarette while he driving. But other than that, it's a pretty good ride. Pretty smooth ride.
So last year I came here on the Apex bus and it was scary. I think the driver U-turned on the interstate.
I got on at 12:30 and I got off the bus in New York at 5:45 in the morning, which was kind of scary considering I slept through the whole ride. I don't know what speed limit he was going.
The driver for our particular bus apparently got sick, so they had to call someone who generally drove the southern routes to take over this particular drive. And it was, a very, very busy time to be going up to New York. So it took us a really long time to get there, but apparently our driver didn't know how to get there, and we overheard him talking to the toll booth person, like, do you know how to get to Manhattan? And so it was definitely disconcerting to realize that we're on our way to New York with a bus driver that doesn't know how to get there. And we circled around a bit, and there were some native New Yorkers in the bus that, started getting really upset and telling the driver what to do and how to get where. And then when they got anywhere near the city, they demanded he pull over and got all their luggage out and kind of took off.
When we got to the rest stop at, I don't know, like 3 or 4 in the morning, whenever that was, we got off the bus and went to go get our snacks and stuff at the little convenience store there. And there were a lot of people, and we're going slowly because we're tired and stuff. And then we're waiting in line to buy our snacks, and somebody yelled, "Oh, the bus is leaving, the bus is leaving." So everyone took off and ran out of the convenience store, most of them with the things in their hands that they hadn't paid for yet. And there was just one guy working in this little counter at the cash register, and he just didn't know what to do because everybody left and he couldn't chase after them all. So my friend and I ran out too, and but I saw that the bus was still there, and so I said, "Oh, don't worry about it, it's still here. You go back inside," to my friend, "and pay for your stuff, and I'll make sure the bus doesn't leave." Well, what I didn't realize was that that wasn't our bus. Our bus had already left, and that was another bus. But she went back inside and paid for her stuff. We came out, and we decided to get on the bus, and we're getting on, and she's saying, "I don't think these are the same people that were on our bus before." And I said, "Yeah, sure it is." But they were all giving us strange looks, and we discovered it wasn't the right bus. And the driver came up to us with his limited English and said, "Oh, no problem, same bus, going same place, no problem." But our bags were on the other bus that had taken off already. So we told him and tried to communicate to him that we did need to catch up with that other bus and get our bags. And so he said, no problem, you take this bus, no problem." So we got on and pulled off, and just a few miles or few minutes down the road, our other bus had pulled over and was waiting for us. So we got on that bus and got lots of dirty looks from everybody. Managed to make 2 busfuls of people angry at us. We got to our destination and had our bags intact.
The last time I rode them down here, our bus was actually overbooked, and they sent a van. So like 11 or 12 of us rode down in a big van. And I'm not small, I'm a big guy, and I'm sitting like 3rd row back, and the driver's like, you come, sit up front. And I'm like, a little sketched out because it was running late to begin with, and I was worried about, making it back in time for the military, and I get in some deep trouble if I'm not back in time. And so I just got on as soon as they told me to. And the guy behind me was like, I want to ride up front. And the driver's like, no, he big, like blatantly calling me fat to my face, telling me to ride up front. So I got to ride shotgun on a van on a ride back that was completely silent, no conversation, no nothing for 7 hours. It was a good time.
2 nights ago. Yeah. Right? 2 nights ago. We actually rode 8 hours together in Grove City, Pennsylvania. We're there as well. We had to go to Barkeyville.
Barkeyville,
yeah.
exit 29, or about 80.
It was in blizzard-like conditions. We didn't think that we were actually going to make it.
Is this the right bus? All right, I have to call them.
Maybe it is.
你是要等 bus 的吗？ 你要等 Are you waiting for the bus?
Somebody else.
But somebody else is? Okay. Do you know if this is the right bus to New York? That's not it. Okay, thanks.
They said they will be here at 1 something.
At 1? Yeah. They were telling us it was at midnight. All right. Pretty happening tonight.
Yeah.
Seems like, there must be a Penn State Du Bois thing going on because I think that's their bus. It would have been hilarious if we got onto the Penn State Du Bois bus. But we're not. So the bus is supposed to get here sometime soon, like even 11:30 midnight. We hope.
There's a semi.
And we just never know because they just call you on the cell phone.
What time did you call for tickets today, Janice?
I think I called around, when did I pick you up? Like 9 o'clock? 6 o'clock I picked you up? Okay. So 6 o'clock I called. And then I called again at 9.
And we just pay for tickets.
Right. Hopefully right on the bus. Hello. 还没到哎。Huh? 好，谢谢。They said it's not here yet, but I think we know that. He said he's gonna call me back.
That's so funny. The only thing that is here is the snow.
There's a lot of snow. Look at this.
It's like crazy blizzard. So I just went inside to ask the lady about the buses because, they work here and I wanted to see like how much business they get. And they said they actually didn't get too much because the people have to like wait right here for the bus so they can't like go inside and stuff. Anyways, I asked her, I was like, well, just interested because in Virginia they wait at like a restaurant or a storefront, but here it's a gas station. And she goes, oh, no, this is more than a gas station. It's a truck stop. It has everything a trucker would need except for his wife. It's like, oh, okay. I tried to get her to say it on camera, but she wouldn't, so I get to say it. And it's still snowing.
And look at all the truckers.
There they come. Don't look for your wife here, buddy. She's not here.
They know that. Yeah, it is.
Oh, yay. I'm gonna go film it. Here comes the bus. This is our bus. So we got on the bus, and I think we're actually heading to Pittsburgh right now on Route 8, which is a local road. And meanwhile, you know, there's a snow blizzard going on, so it has not been plowed or salted. It's just a snowy local road to Pittsburgh.
Oh my goodness, we're back where we started in Grove City. This is seriously like the loudest snoring I think I've ever heard. What should we do? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, other than a breathe right strip. It's like 9:40, and we just pulled into New York City. So, look.
It's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, considering Pittsburgh. And the blizzard.
8 hours?
Yeah.
From Grove City to Pittsburgh.
That is pretty, with a stop at some kind of travel plaza. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
What do you think the Chinatown buses show about America?
What they show about America? I mean, they do better than the Greyhound bus. They get more business than the Greyhound bus do. It's cheaper for round trip, 1. 2, it's spacious in the bus. Sometimes it's not that much people, but if it is, you got 2 buses. You don't have to worry about nobody being short. You don't got to worry about your stuff missing out the bus. You get there on time. You get there in about 6.5, 7 hours, rather than taking the Greyhound bus and they make stops. Oh no, that's a good ride.
I used to take Greyhound.
How does it compare to Greyhound?
It's about $100, $90 more expensive to go Greyhound.
This is better than Greyhound. Greyhound is losing a lot of money. I'm sorry, Greyhound, but hey, lower your prices, you might get a lot of people back.
Both beneficial for Chinese and both for American, because they have a more diversity and more service. People have more choice. I think that is a good one.
What do you think the buses show about America?
Well, it shows that people want to work. I mean, these guys, imagine there's, you know, a lot of hours driving. And, you know, it's not easy. It's a professional job. And people are willing to do it.
Do you come every day?
Yeah, working every day.
Have you ever had problems with the tickets?
No.
No? Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
How long have you done?
Like couple years.
Yeah? Do you like it?
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
I like this job.
What do you think the Chinatown buses show about America?
That any person who comes to the United States can progress with a business, because these guys are making lots of money and they're not American, even though, you know, they go with the American rules. They do everything legal and they're making money and they're giving a great service to us citizens.
Since a lot American, they love our bus, so we think we can give a better service and cheaper service, and have more people ride, and I think they are beneficial for most of lot Chinese people.
What do you think the Chinatown buses show about America?
就是为华人服务，大家看见那个美国市场很大吧，所以说有低价，就是跑这趟来吧。
I think it shows kind of the American dream. These people who drive the buses and really just they work really hard. I mean, I will see them on shifts constantly, going on little sleep, and actually throughout my entire experience, I've never felt unsafe, which I think I should feel a little unsafe if they're going on little sleep, but I've never really felt unsafe at all. I've trusted them completely. And it just really goes to show that they really have a good, strong work ethic. And I really respect that about them.
My name Lin Chinatown.
And how long have you worked for Apex?
4 years.
Oh, and where do you drive the bus?
4 years.
Yeah.
In Apex, driving 4 years.
Yeah. And do you drive to, where do you drive to, Virginia or?
No, I just to Columbia to DC.
What do you think the buses show about America?
That it's easy to come over here and make money. I wouldn't have thought of it. They did.
What's your name?
Ming.
Yeah. Ming, and where do you drive the bus? Where do you drive the bus to?
Richmond. Richmond.
Okay, do you go to Richmond, and do you go to Richmond every day, or?
5 days a week.
Oh, okay, cool. And what is the best thing about being a driver on the bus?
Best thing?
Yeah.
Salary.
Yeah.
Make more money.
My job is here like selling tickets to the customers, and sometimes when bus come, we organize the people up on the bus and take the ticket, and yeah.
What do you think is the best part of your job?
Best part of my job, I met more people and we get socialized with everybody, with the neighbors.
And what do you think the buses, the Chinatown buses, show about America?
I think they show the patchwork of who we are and how we have a lot more in common than we think we do.
We already operate here like 4 or 5 years already, and we are all regular family passengers, and right now we get known with each other, and we started just like a family. We are helping each other out, and sometimes we buy presents to each other for holidays. Sometimes they buy us a present, we buy them a present, and we just treat us like families.
When I'm riding the Chinatown bus, I mean, even though I might be like hurtling down the highway at 70 miles an hour, bouncing out of my seat, and it's a bumpy bus, and some lady's hair might be in my face, or I might have a large person sitting next to me. In spite of all those things, in spite of the things that are kind of uncomfortable about the bus, when I look out the bus window, I see a view of America that I don't get anywhere else, and that's a view of America where opportunity really does exist, and where people have options and people want to come here, and that I see the America where the dream still exists.